Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of AI Mastery Sessions with Rosemary. Let me turn this background music down just a little bit. It's overpowering me a little too much. Okay, perfect. So, tonight we are working on more book formatting. So, if you paid attention to the title of the stream, we are going to be formatting yet another PIP book inside of Canva. PIP is a hedgehog character that I developed who is neurodivergent, and he goes on quests and adventures, and we get to see the world through the lenses of PIP as he goes on these different discoveries, and you get to really see how neurodivergent individuals navigate this world that we live in through the lifestyle of PIP. And I'm really excited for the releases of these new upcoming books. PIP is available on Amazon.com. You can just go and type in Rosemary Salem, which is my name, and PIP, and you'll see all of the published books. We have 7 books to date. 2 activity/coloring books are also included in that number, and we have more to come. PIP was created on Google Whisk. Google Whisk is an AI art and now animation tool. I have been streaming for the past 23 days straight, showing you all the benefits of Google Whisk and sharing my access that I've gained through the beta program for their Animate tool that has not yet to be released to the public. It has been an opportunity for me to build in public, create in public, and right now we're working through finalizing the books that we've created here together. So first on the screen we have PIP with a paintbrush, and I'll actually play the animation that we created with Google Whisk here together. If you missed that stream, you'll get to watch it with us together. I always like to play an animation project of some sort that we've completed during our 30-day Google Whisk sprint. Tonight we'll be inside of Canva, which is the platform that I use to edit and format. Now this formatting will be a bit more intense because we are going to be back to utilizing the landscape illustrations. So there's 16 by 9s, and it's not already preset to portrait. Yesterday, if you tuned in, you got to see how I was able to maximize the portrait aspect ratio from Google Whisk, which simplified my editing process in the book formatting phase because the image was already ready to fit inside of an 8 by 7.5 by 8.75 dimension, which is standard for, I don't want to say it's standard, but it's pretty standard for a children's storybook. So that in itself eliminates a lot of the excess editing. However, there is a back end to that because I create digital versions of the actual storybook. So I make my own videos that tell the story as like a digital storybook, right? And then I've been utilizing my Google Whisk Animate access to actually create short films of the book. So now it went from 2 concepts of the book to, well, really, if you want to look at it, we published the ebook, we published the physical book, so that's 2. Then 3 is the digital audio video, that's 4. Then we have the short film, which is 5. I think so, or 4. I don't know, I lost count. But y'all, if y'all follow along, listen, it's been a long day, okay? So that's just to break down my workflow as far as just a few of the many ways that I distribute the books that we create. So tonight we're going to be looking at the landscape aspects. So we'll be utilizing Canva's AI Magic Studio to move around different elements on the page so that everything can fit within the frame. So it'll be a little bit more intense on the editing side. Probably not too much, but I feel like you'll get a glimpse of really seeing the power of AI, even when it comes to editing. I remember wanting to learn Photoshop, in college. I was always fascinated with animation since I was a kid. But when I got into college, I actually reached out to the professor of the design program, and I asked her, I said, look, I'm a business graduate. That's what my degree is in, business administration, management, and marketing. So I asked her, I said, look, I really, really want to learn Photoshop. And I was a person, I need somebody to show me in a particular way, and I got it. I've always been like that. So she was only able to kind of meet with me like 3 times maximum. But on that very first time, she was able to see how fast I caught on. She's like, oh my gosh. But still, because there wasn't a full-on course, I wasn't able to fully grasp Photoshop. So when I launched my first coaching business endeavor, and that was back in 2015, going on 2016, I was introduced to Canva. So I've been a day one Canva user. So I was one of those users and I actually put my graphics inside of my first published book that was published in 2017, Dominate Your Market, Your Play-by-Play Guidebook to Build a Popular Brand. I put my designs inside of the book to show you that, where you start is not necessarily where you finish, right? And even though those graphics weren't the best, I love the power of Canva because it gave me the opportunity to still design without feeling like I needed to understand Photoshop in order to make nice graphics. Though there was a huge difference due to pixelization in the earlier days and phases of Canva, it is a pure honor and a pure joy to see that I'm able to literally use the power of AI with their AI magic tools that just expanded. I did a stream covering the announcements, not only from Canva Unleashed 2025, that was on April 10th, just a few days ago. I also covered some of the releases that stood out to me from Google Cloud Next announcements. So I really enjoyed the power that you can really take in creative control and still create, even if you're not professionally trained for Photoshop or Illustrator or those different things. So the game in design through Canva has evolved and changed since they hit the market. And I'm super honored to have been a part of this historical journey as a designer, as a fellow brander and marketer, and just constantly embracing my journey. So my journey as an AI illustrator and an AI animator and AI artist is very vast. The power of creating visual storytelling will continue to grow through the evolution of these AI tools. The whirlwind that happened when Ghibli, everybody started to digitize their profile photos on Twitter when that was released with OpenAI's update. So I see when we're entering into this AR, VR world, metaverse, even Web3, you're seeing more and more characters, cartoons. People are not even showing their real picture anymore when it comes to these new infrastructures. So I believe understanding how to develop characters, how to create digital art is at its prime. And that means there's a lot of opportunity for you to grasp. With that being said, as we wrap our 30-day Google Whisk challenge, I will be featuring creating a live demo. It's just a demo store on a platform called Launchcart. They have multiple solutions for e-commerce and online businesses, but we'll be using their e-commerce platform to create a demo store for PIP's merch. And I'm excited about that. So if you all have been following along, you've been enjoying the creations, then you'll really enjoy, as we wrap up our time together, what we have in store for that. Okay. So with that being said, once we wrap up the designs for the formats for the books that we have, we will be entering into that. And I have a few other surprises that I don't want to announce just yet. But this platform, AI Mastery Sessions with Rosemary, is not tailored to any specific AI tool or platform, even though I wanted to take the time to introduce you all to Google Whisk. I wanted to foundationalize how I wanted to do the stream. I wanted to show up and show consistency. There were several layers that were a part of this, but it's just going to get more and more advanced. You all are not only just going to be learning about specific projects that I'm doing, but I'll be actually like training you all and giving more lecture styles and training work, as I am and hold a lot of other different titles. So as I've been able to get my own understanding of how I want to navigate everything, it has been just a pure joy to just go through the process. And building in public is probably the best thing I could have ever done in my life. And I don't care if you're building a SaaS, you're learning, you're educating. I just feel like allowing people into your journey, even if that's a snippet, even if that's just a glimpse, because we can't allow everyone to see everything, but you can allow people to see something, right? So we're going to be formatting PIP with a paintbrush, and we're going to be formatting PIP learn shapes, and we're going to be formatting PIP's quest for the spring flowers. That's 3. I took a nap today, guys, so we can get done with this. Okay, I was hopping off early, so it's gonna be a long stream tonight because we got to get this done, because I got to upload this stuff. I got to get the ISBNs, honey, so these books can be out there. And I'm excited. So let me share my screen. Oh, I want to show you all what I created today inside of Google AI Studio. So let me share that first. Oh, I did not want to stop camera. I wanted to share screen. I'm still learning how to use this platform, y'all. And I just connected the chat. See? I'm learning. Okay. That is not the tab. So sorry. Now we're here. Okay. So this is what I decided to do today. I took one of the images that I liked, and I felt like the backpack was pretty standard. And I said, in this same format, give me a 360 character pose of the hedgehog and backpack as individual separate images, because I noticed that when the model gets multiple uploads, it kind of gets confused a bit. So it gave me a few. As you can see, the backpack is a bit different, and he changes as like these are good. This is probably the best one, but I need him to look the same. So I gotta fix this. But it was based off of this image, so I can find another image. I can work on this now, and then I'm gonna play the animation. So we're in Google AI Studio, and I'm using Google Gemini 2.5 image experimental. I'm just looking for a real good image that I just like, that I feel like, okay, I want his backpack to be duplicated. Actually, you know what I can do? That's the backpack. And let me upload another photo. And then we're going to get into the formatting. But I want to go ahead and get this done, because this was on the to-do list. I need one where it's a real good shot. I think this will do. Okay, perfect. I'm just going to take this prompt. And this prompt was actually suggested to me from an AI art community meetup that I attended, because I needed help. And I definitely got help. So let's see, these generations might be a little bit different. So yeah, excuse me, it's Gemini 2.0, not 2.5, image generation experimental. I misquoted that title. So we're just waiting on the generations. His tongue sticking out is crazy. But these are actually really good. I just wish he matched. Some of these backpacks are... So you got the heads right here. I'm gonna let it finish. And then actually, I'm gonna click stop, because now you wilding. Okay, I want to keep these. I'm going to say try again and only one hedgehog. Ooh, child. Per generation. No, per image. This means to say per image. And give me only 7 outputs. Because I don't want it to keep going and going and going and going. Some of these are really nice. I mean, I don't necessarily. I could have taken this and put these inside of Canva to separate them, but I'm just gonna ask it to do it again. This one is probably the best one, but I already have that per se. That's like the one I uploaded right here. And these attempts are just to, again, tackle our backpack journey. So I'm just waiting on those generations. While I'm waiting on that, let me pull up. Okay, these generations, this is not what I asked for. I'm just gonna click stop. That's crazy. I'm not gonna play with this right now. Yeah, because that's gonna send me down a rabbit hole. Alrighty, let's get into Canva. Have the book template. I'm gonna grab the images from our Google Whisk library. So we'll go ahead. We're gonna. Oh, I was supposed to show y'all the video. Let me pull it up too. And now give me some time to upload these images to the file while y'all watch that. All right. So that was Pip with a paintbrush. Yes, that was Pip with a paintbrush. We created that using Google with Animate. Now we're going to move forward into editing book formatting tonight. So I'm just uploading. I'm gonna take it one by one. So I'm having to convert the images. So that's it's already starting off to be a little different tonight. But we got it. So I'm about to edit. Gotta move him around. So I'm using Magic Grab. And then I need to grab the text because we're gonna have to move this all the way around. I have to make him smaller. Actually, that works. I want to see if I can move that cloud down because I don't want that to be cut off. When we let me make this bigger so y'all can see. I'm going back to Magic Grab and I'm going to see if I can move the cloud. I can pretty much grab anything on the page, honestly. Oh, I can move the whole sky. Let's see. Now that I can deal with. Well, the only downfall is I need this. Yeah, no, that's not gonna work. There's something else I can do actually. Why is it going up? Okay, no. Yeah, we about to start over. I kind of low-key messed it up transparently. So I'm gonna add the image. Bless me. Let me see. I'm gonna start off with Magic. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. This is Magic Expand. This could be an epic win or you know what? I am actually not mad at that. We can make this work. I can just erase all of this mess right here. So I'm just using the magic erase to erase all of it. But it expanded that junk hard. That that was a move. I've never used it before. Okay. Yes. All right, now I just want to move this item. I want to move the cloud. So we're going to try to do magic grab. That's funny. Uh-oh. It look like it's a problem. I think because magic grab and magic text is two different things. So let me grab the text first. And then maybe it'll let me grab the cloud next. If I can move the text. So I'm gonna use grab text. Grab. That's not gonna work. That just messed that all the way up. Sugar snaps. Oh, that works. And then I can just grab Pip and make him. Okay, now that's a move. Okay, now we end up. Yeah, and I can just make him a little smaller. All right, then move him over just a little bit to the left. Come on now, I'm trying to nudge. There we go. Yeah, boom. And then I can just, let me just go ahead and try to crop this child. Yep, and make it a little bit, go up a little bit. Yep. I just want to make it a little bit bigger. Yes. And move it over to the left. Yes. And then he can just go down just a little bit so he can be in the grass. Boom. Okay, and that's our cover. So we've edited, we've done editing that. I wanted to crop it, but child, it won't let me. Well, actually, no. Yes, it will. Okay. Yep, as long as it's in the frame, we're good. All right, let me make it bigger. I know y'all like, that's super small, we can't see. Okay, so that's the remake of the cover. I was able to keep the formatting because when you use the grab text, it will kind of obliterate any creative text. And you see how we got this little fancy situation going on here with the eye. I don't want to lose none of that. So I was able to make Pip smaller, blend him in. I almost kind of want to do a little, and it's just me wanting to be a little extra. I'm gonna say clear blur. Yeah, this will work. Ooh. Let me do this one. This is kind of a, and I can change the colors. I'm gonna try to change the colors to an extra grass. It still wouldn't be. Let me just do this one then, so I can make it all a solid color. Perfect. And then I'm gonna make it a little more transparent. I need one that's more solid color. Yeah, like something like that, yeah. But I want to make it this green color. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. I'm gonna delete this. Actually, this is not giving what it's supposed to give. Okay. And that's just kind of give it a little more pop, a little more oomph. I could probably shadow this effect. If it let me, I'm not sure if it's gonna let me. Oh no. I don't need to animate it. Oh, they got a corner around it? Yeah, I'll take that. Okay. Yeah. There we go. And now I can make him a little bit more bigger too. Remember, you want to be aware of these edges because it can get cut off. So that's the whole point. I want to make this title a little bit more bigger. Yeah. But not, I don't want to cut off the rainbow. Okay. Yeah. Now we in there. We got his blur. I'll make his blur a little bit bigger. On his feet. Perfect. Okay. So, let me pull up. image. I'm about to crop this. Alright, perfect. We'll do the same thing. Perfect. And same thing. Perfect. So these are just like the insider pages. Well, all of them are inside the book, but what I'm saying is these are the first pages you'll see. This is really supposed to be a repeat of the I'm gonna delete the grid, yeah. And I'm gonna click copy and I'm gonna click paste. And then we're just gonna make it transparent. But yeah, these are, oh, and then okay. So these are the first couple pages they see. Now we're ready for scene 1. That's odd. It never ceases to amaze me when stuff like this happens. Okay, because that image was super pixelated. Actually, this doesn't need much. I can just center it and we'll be done. Oh, let me did it a little too much. Alright, voila. Yeah, we're good now. I just realized I don't have that pulled up. I wasn't even thinking about it. I get the story text. Y'all don't mind my sound effects. This is Pip with a paintbrush. Okay. Here we go. Oh, Jigga. No, 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 no. Just realized Whitney didn't grab both his feet. You just did it again. Mm. Okay. I don't know why that image kept coming up very pixelated, but I fixed it. All right. We are almost halfway through, y'all. I've been real quiet so I can focus. But we are almost halfway through. I think moving forward, I'm gonna continue doing portrait because it's extraneous. So once we finish this batch, because this is the last batch, I'm ditching this process. And if it's gonna be, I'm just gonna have to, I don't know what that means for everything else, but we'll figure it out. Trust me. It's making me rethink my whole life. But this is why I like trial and error, because once you see, now I'm at the phase where I can make these changes because I've done it so many times. I've had different experiences. So now it's like when it comes to making decisions, like changing something to make it easier or quicker or more efficient, I'm able to do that. But even what I will say, because of Magic Grab, whether I'm using the brush, because as y'all can see, it's not 100%, and that's why I like that y'all able to see, like, okay, this, sometimes it does capture everything. Sometimes you need to use the brush and actually physically go around to make sure everything that you want to move within the image is moved. It's different parts, you know. But we on scene 8 right now, so we literally almost halfway through. And I don't think it's too much editing for the last few either. So we should wrap this and then we'll go to the next book. I got all of these books so I can publish them. Because sometimes I get tired of postponing myself. I be like, girl, you said that like 10 times. Come on now. Because transparently we should be at our 10 book published goal by now. We're at 7. These last, I think this is 3. It's gonna put us at 10. Yeah, we got Pip's World Tour. Pip's Goes to the Beach. Pip with the paintbrush. That's the one we're working on right now. We already finished Pip World Tour. We edited that yesterday. Y'all seen me put together Pip Goes to the Beach. That one's ready to go. And we got this one, Pip with a paintbrush. And then we have Pip Learn Shape. Then we have Pip Silence Messages, which should have been published, but we got that one. And then the final one is Pip's Quest for the Spring Flower. So that'll put us, I think, at 7 right now. 2, 3, ooh, 5. We'll be at 13. AE. If you want to take out the coloring book and activity books, we're at 11 books and then 2 coloring and activity books published. Once all of these are published. So we up there. We getting there. Steady wins the race. Okay, perfect. I told y'all the next few weren't gonna be as difficult. But regardless of however you do it, you just gotta do it. There is sometimes you'll get lucky, sometimes you gotta put more work in on different pages. It just all depends. So more of the story, even with AI, you still gotta put in work. You gotta actually probably put in more work because you're double checking, you're doing a lot more tedious things than you would do, but the heavy lifting is done for you. But now your work is more being more of an observer, an editor. Like you're a true manager, honestly. But you're like, for lack of better words, you're a super micromanager. And that can apply to anything that you're building or working on. So it allows you to be more of a director than anything. So when you download, it saves as a JPG file. And if you're doing it the Canva route, unfortunately, it's not going to take those files. So if you're on Mac, you just click the image and convert it to a PNG or a JPEG file, because it's not going to take it when it says .jpg. So hopefully in the future, Google Whisk will change the platform to where it will just download as a JPEG or as a PNG, or they give you options. That way you don't have to do that extra step. So that's just a FYI. So I'm literally having to convert. It's even steps that y'all not seeing as I'm building in public. So that's why in my masterclass, you're gonna really get in depth. I'm gonna be sharing my whole screen. You're gonna get every single step, because even by watching this, you're still not getting all of the steps, and that's just being honest. And make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. Okay. Also, sometimes if your image is inside of a grid, it won't let you grab. So just keep that in mind. But I'm just gonna refresh because sometimes that solves the issue. Okay. So this is our halfway mark. Whew. I'm clapping for me because this has been probably the most tedious edit I've ever had to do thus far in this journey ever. And this is recorded. That's crazy. I think the best part for y'all, like even if you're watching it just to see the process, is you're actually seeing real books being made, not like a demo or a little portfolio. Like this is really gonna be ready to go in children's hands all over the world. It's pretty epic. We start vibe coding all May, so just let y'all know I'm gonna be in my SaaS bag next month, working on Trey AI. I want to try a couple of other IDEs live. I'm gonna do demo stuff first, and then I'm gonna get into real projects. But that's next. That's all May, just to give y'all a little insight. We're wrapping up this Google Whisk and animation, and I'll be, working on PIP in the background. So y'all won't see PIP for a while because I'll be focusing on vibe coding, honestly. That's what they call it now. I was into it before it had a name. But yeah. So be the same sessions. I'll be sharing prompts and things of that nature. But that's my main focus, is to let y'all know next. I don't really feel like I'm gonna do anything outside of that. As far as mastery sessions, because I do it according to my goals. So this setup was around my goals for PIP. Probably the next time I come back to this, I'll be working on not only PIP but all the other characters as a whole. So it's just progression. But launching my first SaaS is my top priority next. So that's what y'all be seeing, my build in public. That's gonna be interesting. But also I feel like doing this has helped me prepare mentally for that. Because sometimes when you're learning, you don't want to learn in front of other people. You want to make your mistakes in private. But you're going to make them just regardless. All right, we on scene 11, y'all. We're almost done. I'm also going to work on better timing, because though this time kind of works for me, it kind of doesn't work for me at the same time. So I still don't believe we'll have a set time, but I will be switching the time up. So that's why I highly encourage that you like, share, comment, and subscribe, and turn on the notifications, hit the bell so you'll be notified of any changes, so you won't miss it, so you won't have to be a part of the replay family only. You can be a part of the live and the replay family. Oh, I listened to a couple of spaces today. I was in and out doing stuff, listening in. But there was one space that was talking about AI in education. And the spaces were so good that I was like, okay, I'm going to go back and re-listen to this one. Because sometimes you got to do that. And one of the speakers on the panel, the way he described this prompt on basically how you can have AI teach you, but by taking on a specific persona of an educator in a format, it was beautiful. And the way he said it, he worded it, I literally went back to listen just for it. Ended up listening to the whole thing. But it is kind of interesting to think about. I feel like now I'm in the perspective of harnessing AI from a perspective of what is it that you truly want to accomplish. Like, bump the noise, I'm talking to y'all like we're friends. I'm letting my whole guard down, but basically it's okay. It's late night talk. But follow along. If you're looking for TED Talk Rosemary, I'm not her right now. It's late and I'm just trying to get my point across. So I feel like right now is very imperative in your AI journey to just think about exactly what it is that you want to work on. Like, if you want to launch a SaaS, hone in on that. And then think about every way AI can basically help you cut corners. Like, if you need to learn something, have AI teach it to you exactly the way. Like, imagine if you was able to build your own teacher. Like, you took all of the data that you know, like, oh, I like when it's explained to me like this. If it's explained to me like this, I get it in 5 minutes. It don't matter what it is. So matter like what would real life look like with that type of power? Like, okay, say less. We're gonna give you exactly what you said. And now you have that and you have the power to create that. What lessons or what subjects or what things do you want to accomplish? I think that's the biggest thing. Because if we're having conversations like AI is literally disrupting higher education systems, because that's the basis of what they were talking about, then that really makes you take a seat back like, wait a minute, this is impacting collegiate level situations and I got this in my fingertips. What is it that I truly want to accomplish in my life? For those of you all who are not traditional routers, even if you are a traditional router, what is your new pathway going to look like? And how can AI get you there quicker, faster, and more efficiently? I think those are the core questions everybody should be asking themselves. And I do mean everybody. How do you want to show up online? What is the impact you want to make? What do you want to create? What do you want to sell? What solutions can you provide? What's your value? Like sometimes it's kind of like allowing you to think bigger. I believe it's a great way to push your thoughts forward. I believe we're going to see more ideas come to life than ever before because they're not getting lost in the sauce of confusion and lack of clarity and lack of steps. It's like once you got the idea, have a meeting with yourself and ask yourself, how can AI get me from point A to point B? And what does that look like? That right there is a TED Talk. If you ain't catching what I'm putting down, I don't know how to give it to you any better than that. You literally have platforms building full-blown applications that people are launching successful. I hear a lot of the programmers talking. They speak negatively about vibe coding and all of that. But at the same tip, I've also witnessed successful launches of non-coders. So it's like, as they say in church, if you're from the Christian faith, whose report will you believe? For real. Because I done seen too many successful case studies for me to just listen to negative Nancy's. I'm not discrediting your experiences and your knowledge, but I'm also not going to take everything you say as law, because at the end of the day, the proof is in the pudding. So I'm just not going to count out something that's obviously working for somebody. It obviously ain't that bad. It's obviously is not that off. So that's exactly why me personally, I'm gonna hear you out, but just because I'm listening don't mean I gotta agree to everything that you're saying. Because I can miss out by listening to you and adopting your mindset towards something. So just be mindful, because it's people still, their approach to this is interesting, to say the least. I don't want to say too much. The only reason I'm having to redo this is because I gotta grab this. I gotta get this paintbrush. It wasn't picking up the entire paintbrush, so I need to use the brush. But yeah, that's what I will say. And don't get caught up into trying to learn every little thing. You know, like learn as much as you can, yes, but don't be so bent on to learn every little thing, because you can get burnt very quickly. So if you're going to go on this hyper learning journey, use AI to help you learn the way that best suits your learning style, so that you're actually learning and using your energy in a positive and efficient way. Because the last thing you want is to feel like your efforts are not paying off, because you have, for lack of better words, bitten off more than you can chew. So you can do it, just set realistic goals. But that doesn't mean limit the power of AI, because you can do more. But it just means for you to be able to manage. Smart goal setting is not optional. It's mandatory. I didn't even know it was past midnight. That's crazy. All right, we on scene 15 now, so we almost done. Okay, perfect. I'm looking for something, but I can't. I gotta think. I know it's on here. At least I think it is. It's not a big deal if I don't find it, but I'll be very happy if I find it. Okay, wait a minute. I think this is where it needs to be. No. Yeah, blur. Dang, I was trying to see. All right, never mind. We'll leave it alone. But it looks it's fine. I just need to. Yeah, there we go. Oh, okay. Sugar. Actually, you know what? I gotta update my template too because it's still set to 14 scenes or 15. And I gotta add it to so it can be set up for 20 scenes. I gotta remember to do it though. Alright, let's do it this way. So that's 15, 16, 17. It's 18, 19, 20. It's actually straight. Yeah, it should be straight. It might get flagged. I'm just on the safe side because I ain't got time. Cause it take literally 3 days for them folks to approve your stuff. So for the safe side, I'm just gonna click him to make him smaller to avoid the back and forth. Alright, it just saved me a world of headache. Alright, we literally almost done, y'all. We on scene 17. Ooh, I thought we was gonna be able to get through more, but I gotta get up in the morning, hunty. So we gonna have to end it here. Not right now, but when we finish. I was gonna try to do another book, but no, ma'am. I'm really gonna be fighting the air when my alarm go off. Um, let's see. Can we make this sign smaller? I bet. And that way we can make him a little bit of. Oh, that's nice. See, listen, Magic Grab, it can be annoying, but it come through in the nick of time. You just gotta use your tools, man. So with that being said, with these AI models, test what works for you. Because I say cuz a lot, that's just how I talk. My ebonics. You can get different phases from me. But like I said, you can listen to a lot of benchmark tests and things of that nature. And I'm not saying that those benchmark tests, this is a benchmark test is when they measure the large language models capabilities, right? So when it comes to what tool works for you, I would say do your own personal benchmark test. Don't rely so heavily on third party opinions, because somebody else's experience with a model may not be your experience. You may think that Mistral AI is excellent at creative writing versus somebody saying it sucks at creative writing but it's great at coding. So take information with a grain of salt and test for your own self so that you can know which models you prefer to use for certain things. For instance, with PIP, we started on Claude. We moved from Claude to DeepSeek. From DeepSeek, we moved to Kimi. That's KIMIAI. From Kimi, we moved to Quinn 2.5. From Quinn 2.5, we moved. Then I went to ChatGPT. From ChatGPT, I went to Grok. So we done been around. But once I landed with Grok and experienced Grok, I was like, oh yeah, we ain't going nowhere. So again, if I was so hyper focused on one model and not willing to test, I would not have these beautiful experiences that I've had with Grok. For instance, when it came to PIP, did I test other AI models? Yes, I test Pika. I test Hey Lou or Hi Lou, however you pronounce that tool. When you seen me try Hedra live, we did that in this on one of the episodes of this 30-day Google Whisk sprint. You seen I've tested what other animation tools have I tested out? I feel like I'm missing a whole bunch. Oh, I've used Quinn 2.5 to generate PIP. I've used Leonardo to generate PIP. That's why I like Google Whisk, because Google Whisk is the best when it comes to what I'm looking for my character. So find what works for you. Okay. So as I'm going through this, why I just realized it's not a big deal. But I seen 20 image, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, that image not in the short film. That's because I didn't add scene, because I genuinely forgot. There's a moment I get to laugh at myself. But like I said, it's not a big deal because y'all didn't notice that scene 20 was missing because you didn't know. But now I know because I was just made aware. That's funny. More of the story. You are going to make mistakes. So just embrace them. Yeah, I knew that was going to be simple. It's just him jumping in the air. I'm so happy we finished this. We got one more. We done. Okay, this is scene 20. We just gonna make him smaller so everything can fit in the frame. That's pretty much it. Alright, let me go through real quick, make sure everything's straight from top to bottom. That's the cover page. Everything looks good. Alright, second page, copyright page, sign page, scene 1. Alright, bet. So everything is done for this one. Sheesh. Thank y'all for hanging in there with me. I'm about to get ready to go lay down because I actually got to get up in a couple hours and do all of the things I do for tomorrow's day, even though it's already tomorrow. Thank y'all for tuning in to another AI Mastery session. You just watched me format an entire book that was images were generated with Google Whisk, and this project has already been animated from Google Whisk. I'm just formatting it for publishing. So I use Canva. So you watch me go through some of the AI tools that is inside of Canva, such as Magic Grab. You even saw me use Grab Text, so you see how it deformed the text from its unique formatting. So you got to be careful with that tool. If you can avoid using it and you want to keep the generated text, try to do that. And that's what we did. We found a workaround And you also see me use the brushing, the clicking. You've seen all the trial and errors. So you really got a thorough live tutorial. And I'm really happy that y'all hung in there with me. I hope y'all come back tomorrow. We'll be on day 24 of our 30-day Google Whiz sprint. And we're preparing to end it with a bang, where I'm going to show you a demo store that I'm going to build live on LaunchCart. It's an e-commerce platform for PIP's merch. It's going to be a demo just so you can see. It's not going to be the live store, even though that's coming. But that's how I want to end off the training. So those of you all who are AI artists and want to sell t-shirts or launch a store, that's another way to create monetization from your AI work. Okay, so love y'all with the love of Christ, and see y'all on tomorrow. Bye.